Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today, we have a little bit of fireside. You know, I love that smokiness of the lapsum, guys. So good, so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, or possibly a cup of coffee, or even maybe something harder. Depends on what part of the planet you're on, as I always say. So today we're going to be talking about Sony and Sony canceling all future in-person events for the foreseeable future, guys. That's kind of rough. That's rough. That means you're not going to be able to hands-on this stuff as we've been doing for many, many years, going to the conferences, the conventions, right? The trade shows. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Basically, I think yet another photography conference is now being affected by the pandemic. The pullout of Sony, the very last minute, happened just a couple of days back. Last week, where they were going to show their wares. They were going to put together a booth at WPPI. Now, if you don't know, WPPI is a Las Vegas trade show, right? A photography conference, let's call it. A wedding photographer's dream place to go. It doesn't matter if you're doing wedding photo or video or print or whatever it is. Everything wedding that you want to go to see is there. So all of the major manufacturers and all the little knickknacks and the smaller guys out there, from software to hardware, doesn't matter what it is. And I've covered WPPI with Trevor Current for many, many years. Of course, Photo Plus Expo and all the rest of the conferences. We used to broadcast live from WPPI. We would get a booth there, and all of the movers and shakers and the CEOs would come to us, and we would broadcast live interviews with them. If you want to see any of those, you could go and check out Digital Photography Cafe on YouTube. It's older stuff, but you can see what I did for about 7-8 years with Trevor Current before I started this channel. So it was a lot of fun doing so, but what we noticed was the amount of people, the amount of attendees just slowly started dropping, all right? And the conferences and the seminars model itself really took a hit. And now with the pandemic, I really fear that these conferences have just been knocked back on their heels, and I do not think that they're going to recover. A lot of these conferences are going out of business, and they're going out of business fast. Well, before I continue on this thought, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded my ebook or any of my ebooks, free ebooks as of yet, go check out JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. Go pick up a couple. They're free. The prologue to my newly released book that you can find on Amazon through Kindle, or you can buy from me over at JCristina.com. How to create your own digital Fort Knox. Backing up your digital life. It's awesome. Really, really good stuff. We all need to back up our digital life. So you can get the prologue to that also for free. Once again, JCristina.com/books. So, like I said, I do fear that these conferences have been knocked back on their heels, and I don't think that they're going to be able to recover. That's my personal opinion. There's been so many conferences going out of business over the last couple of years, and that's not just photographic. That's everything. Conferences are just not what they used to be. People just don't go to them. They want to just sit in their house and do everything virtually. We've seen major conferences like Photokina. Now, Photokina is a massive photography show that is held in Cologne, Germany every other year. Well, as of a couple years now, they're out of business. This conference was so massive, people would come from all over the world every other year to just see photographic, just imaging stuff. It was huge. I mean, big. And for them to go out of business, it was a very sad day. They're just not coming back. It's it. They were doing this for decades and decades and decades. They just couldn't make it. As of last year or the year before, that was it. They couldn't do it anymore. Now, I feel the same thing is going on with WPPI. What do you guys think? WPPI has been around for many, many years. They used to show at the MGM Grand. And the MGM Grand was an awesome venue. And then they, let's say, slowly shrunk it down. Now they're showing it at the Mirage. A little bit smaller venue, not as many booths and whatnot. But I really do think that they're just not going to be able to hang in there. I think that this year's attendee numbers is going to be the nail in the coffin. That's my personal opinion. I think turnout is going to be absolutely abysmal. Now, if you are in the area, I encourage you to go and check it out. Go see what's going on over there. Once again, it's at the Mirage. It's being held between the 15th and the 19th of this month. Check it out, Las Vegas Strip. Can't beat going to Las Vegas. I used to love it, absolutely love it. But hasn't been the same for the last couple of years. And I personally have not been going for maybe 2 years prior to the pandemic. The attendee numbers were low. The number of people that were showing were low, and there wasn't a lot going on. That fire that we used to see just kind of was extinguished. And that's really the bottom line. Now, Sony put out a statement when they pulled out of WPPI. And let me read it to you word by word so you know what they were talking about or why they did. They said Sony Electronics has been closely monitoring the evolving situation with COVID-19 Delta variant. As a result of the unprecedented and unexpected circumstances, we've made the difficult decision that we will not be participating in person at this year's WPPI Expo. As the world continues to grapple with the pandemic and businesses adopt digital alternatives, remember that, digital alternatives and online opportunities to prevent the spread of the virus, Sony Electronics will continue to communicate with our customers and partners in ways that allow us to safely deliver exciting product news and updates to a wider audience and our broader Sony community. Very important statement. We'll continue to monitor the situation and look forward to participating at industry events in person at some point in the future. Sony also was quoted in saying that in the foreseeable future, they will not be participating in any in-person events. So, I guess as a little bit of a backstory, Clark County, Nevada, where Las Vegas is located, is responsible for 65% of the cases in Nevada, and 17% of the people are testing positive. And this is why Clark County, where the Strip is in Las Vegas, is implementing mask mandate regardless of vax status. It doesn't matter if you got the shot or not. So, I found it interesting that a lot of the communities, a lot of the country is doing that now. Whereas originally, if you were able to get the shot, you would be able to not wear a mask and you'd be able to kind of freely travel and you're able to go to the stores and restaurants and all the rest of this stuff. But now they're saying, according to Clark County, doesn't really matter if you have it or not. You need to mask. That's just it. And the reason being is we're getting a lot of positives over here, and it's a problem. Now, are the changes happening because of the new Delta variant? I really don't know, but I can give you let's say some anecdotal information that I got from being here in South Florida. You know how Florida is and how there's really not a whole mask thing going on because of the governor and whatnot, but I had to take my mother to the ER, and she's been in the hospital for now nearly 3 weeks. She's getting better. Thank you for all the well wishes from one of my last videos. I spoke to 2 of the ER doctors that see hundreds and hundreds of patients in there. I'm like, why can't I see my mother? What is going on in here? You can't go into the back of the ER anymore, even if someone's in there to go see, because of what's been going on with the virus. There's a lot of people in there that have it, and I'm like, what has changed? What is going on? And both of them told me that over 75% of the positives that they're getting in there in the ER, they're already fully vaxxed. So I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? Is it not working, or is it just simply maybe mitigating I don't know. But it's definitely not preventing, because 75% of the people in there have already they're fully vaxxed. So I'm like, I don't know. Things are just strange. Now, just for more information, my entire family got Delta, and we got over it in about 4 or 5 days. But you know, everyone is different. It's scary. We're in scary times now. So this makes sense why Clark County is mandating masks, because we're seeing what's going on in a local ER. To me, how that is, around you guys, I don't know. But I'm just giving you, boots on the ground information from what I'm getting just because I'm there. I wish I wasn't there with my mom, but talking with the ER doctors. Like I said, your miles may vary. Take it all with a grain of salt. But to continue with this whole conference thing and where things are going, just so you know, at WPPI, Fujifilm pulled out months ago. Nikon pulled out months ago. Sony just pulled out last minute. So we are only seeing two companies there. That is Canon and Sigma. So if you want to see a camera, you're going to look at a Canon camera. A lens, you're going to look at Sigma or Canon. That's it. There's nothing else to look at when it comes to cameras. And that's the whole idea. It is the wedding photographers expo. I mean, it's crazy. It is absolutely horrible. And I'm surprised that we didn't see Canon pull out too, but they didn't. They are there. I saw a quote or a question that came out of Sony Alpha Rumors. I was reading through one of the articles and they asked, quote, "I wonder when we will have, quote, normal trade shows again." My response to them is never. Never. The trade shows are done. There is not going to be a norm to trade shows anymore. They are over. Now, people will be like, you're crazy, Joe. Just think about what Sony said in their quote, right? In their statement to the press. They're finding alternatives. They're finding virtual, online means of getting out to their masses even easier after all of this. And seeing that and knowing from working in the trade shows and getting booths and talking to all the CEOs and all the movers and shakers for the many years, getting a booth for these companies costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. Taking everything from their country to our country, moving everything in, buying the booth or renting the booth and the electric and all the rest of the stuff. The unions get paid sick amounts of money. For us to hang a sign that is more than 2 steps on a ladder, if you have to go to the 3rd step, you need a union guy to put it up there. That's facts. Those are facts. I mean, it's just cost prohibitive. And I can see Sony saying, we're not doing it. We're not going to do anything in person for the foreseeable future. We don't see the value, the ROI, the return on investment. It doesn't make sense for us to do it. I get it. Once again, I think the answer to that is just never. They are just not coming back. I wish they would, but I don't think that they will. So my question to you guys today is, what do you think? What do you think about all this? Do you think that conferences and trade shows are dead, regardless, photographic or not, maybe automobile or whatever you're into? Do you think that they're dead or dying on the vine? All right. Also, if you could go to WPPI or one of the photographic shows right now, today, would you go? Why or why not? And finally, will Sony sit on the sidelines, as they said, and just continue to virtually put out their resources to the masses and be able to get their product announcements and everything else, all of the news, virtually? Or do you think that they will move back to in-person? I would like to know your thoughts, okay? Things are just crazy right now. Things are crazy. And I want to know what you guys think, because it's important to me, all right? And it's important to the entire community. What I do here for these shows is just this much of what this channel is all about. This channel is all about community. And you guys having these conversations in the comment areas below this video, and then moving over to community.JCristina.com, our creative Discord server where you can continue these conversations. That is what I absolutely love. So anyways, if you got anything out of this, if you loved it, hated it, or whatever, throw it a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. If you hated it, throw it a thumbs down. It's okay. I'm all right with it. Don't throw it a thumbs down. It just messes the algorithm up. Throw it a thumbs up. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, please subscribe. Also, click this little bell icon there. It doesn't work anyways, but click it 2, 3, 4 times. Hit all. Say that you want to be notified of all. So when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it. Supposedly. YouTube, fix it. Fix it. If you want to contribute to the channel, you can send a tip this way to jctipjar@gmail.com, or you can click the little button down here that says join. You become a member. I can give you perks for doing so. Whatever works for you. Also, now YouTube just gave us this little button down here that says thanks. Wow, it has a little $sign. You could contribute to the channel that way also. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented over the many years for you and me. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. And for getting to the end of this video, use promo code YT20 at checkout over at JCristina.com. Everything and anything that you put into your shopping cart will get 20% off just for being here. Once again, promo code YT20. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe and stay healthy.